Hey there! So today I'm gonna talk about something that is very important to me, and that is, should you go back to therapy or should you go to therapy? And it's still quite stigmatized in society, but it's getting way better. I can just notice by how at uni, for example, a lot of people are way more open about it, and it was no problem to speak to some people about it. Of course, it was my friends, but still I feel like some people that I'm not even as close with are very accepting and don't think it's that crazy, anymore. And that's really good, but it's still very stigmatized. And that's why I thought I'd use this opportunity of having you listening to me to just tell you, if you have struggled with something for a while, and if you have recently experienced someone dying or something traumatic too, even if you were fine before and now you suddenly feel bad, it can be really helpful to go into therapy. And of course, it's not as easy as, first of all, it's really hard for people with depression and anxiety to even reach out. And in general, it's hard to reach out. You don't even have to have those specific things. It's just hard to also admit to yourself that you might need help. But I honestly want to really push this, that it's always a good idea to go to therapy if you feel like you're at a point where it's not going to get better by itself. Of course, it's really nice to talk to family, if you can, friends if you can, or somebody at school or uni that's you can trust. But still, it can be really helpful to get professional help, of course, because whilst your friends and whoever might be able to listen to you and give you some sort of advice, if you have mental health struggles, it might not be the perfect solution. It might help for a little bit, but it's also important to really work and discover why you have certain behavioral patterns and to change them. And it's a bit hard for friends and anyone else to do usually, and it's also not good if you get diagnosed by friends or by yourself or something online. Of course, some people don't have any other opportunities, and it's fine. I'm just saying, if you have some sort of resources to get to therapy, it's really way better and more helpful to you and to your future and for your development to go to a professional. So I'm gonna talk about my own history briefly. I myself have started going to therapy when I was 18. I was really at a breaking point. I was super suicidal. I didn't know anything else anymore. In my family, it was always very stigmatized to go to therapy. You must be crazy, and it's just where crazy people go, and it's not normal, and it's a shame. It's shameful to go there, and all that. And for me, why I even felt bad is because of home. Some of my struggles that I have today are not all of it, of course, but mainly come from how it was at home. My behavioral patterns and my anxiety definitely stem from that. It's what I know now because I was in therapy, thank God. And so I went I went to this organization, and actually I got it for free because there would have been no way that my parents would have paid for it or let me go, because they were the reason I even had to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put blame essentially, but I'm just trying to explain why it was hard. And I know that it can be hard. It's not for some people, they have great parents and they have it's just other reasons why they feel something's wrong, and they can just talk to their parents, and then their parents can just pay, and they're wealthy enough, and that's amazing. And if you can do that, oh God, please, so many people would be really glad if they could reach that in a more easy way, even if it's hard anyway, So I just want to say, I know it can be hard, and with also payment, but if you really want it, you can usually find something that is cheaper. The thing is, okay, I went for 2 years, but then first of all I moved away, and also it wasn't possible anymore to go because it was a youth program, and I turned 20 and I couldn't go anymore. And I was like, well, I'm better, and I felt better for a bit. And I feel way better than I used to be, of course. I deal with my stuff way better too. But still, recently, a few months back, it started coming back really bad. And so I've been thinking about going back for a while, because it's not like I just felt perfect after. I felt way better, but still there were a lot of days where it was worse again. But for me, I always do this really bad thing of just going when it's really terrible, which you really shouldn't do. That's what I want to say with this video too. You shouldn't wait till you want to literally like kill yourself, which was what I did all the time, which is not good. If you feel bad continuously and you have the resources to go somewhere, please do. And like, don't hesitate to maybe ask a friend to call for you if it's that what's holding you back, because I know that can be really hard, can be super hard. I recently finally got back and I found something where I can afford it myself without having to worry that I'm gonna go super poor. It's really cheap. It's like some university program stuff. And yeah, you like really look stuff up. Usually there's at least something where it's cheap, but maybe you will have to wait for a while. But trust me, even if you have to wait for a while till you get an appointment, just the thought of knowing that somebody like will be able to like help, and you will be able to like approach your struggles and have somebody help you. Of course, in the end, it's all you who does the work, but it's really helpful to have somebody help you in a professional way and tell you what exactly you're doing. Even like sometimes we think we are aware of why we do certain things, but sometimes it's really helpful to get analyzed too. It might sound scary, but it can be really helpful. And of course, there's also the part of medication. I have taken medication in the past. I'm not at the moment. I just started therapy again, so I'm not in the beginning. I don't know if I will. I'm not a fan of just pushing medication onto people, but I do think that it can be helpful. But I think you should like talk about your struggles first. And I think talking therapy, not just giving you stuff, is very important. At least to a lot of people, it's very necessary and very helpful, not just getting medication. Some people are completely fine with just getting medication and not having that super long therapy, because it's literally just like an imbalance in like their brain, and not much else has happened, and they don't. That's also like, there's so many different types of situations. But I just want to say that I can really say it's helpful to go to therapy. And if you don't like the therapist at first, like, you can change, you can find the one that's good for you. But honestly, like, if you struggle with these things, please get help if you can, please. And I know it's also easy to make up excuses. Definitely did. I was like, I can't afford it, it's hard, blah, blah, blah. But please, like, look it up. Take your time. I'm not saying it's super easy to find that. It also took me a while to find something that I could like deal with and it was affordable. But really, like, yeah. And maybe you can, if it's, for example, you can talk to your parents or whoever takes care of you, or if you have someone who takes care of you, maybe you can talk to, I don't know, an aunt about this if you trust them. Maybe they can help you out with payment if you're younger and don't like have full-time job or whatever. Yeah, so that's my thing I wanted to put on my Instagram, because there's a lot of people watching, which thanks, by the way. Thank you for being here and following me. And if you didn't need this advice, it's great, because that means like either you are in therapy or you're fine, which is good. But yeah, I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye. Thank you for listening and take care of yourselves.